The interesting thing is that even though people may never have been here, they felt as though they'd been here because Television Centre appeared in so many of its own programmes. It almost was a set as much as it was a building. Areas like the Blue Peter Garden, there would have been many, many children watching Blue Peter over the years who wouldn't have been fortunate enough to live in homes that had gardens. So this became their garden. Things like, the Morecambe and Wise Christmas show over in TC1 would have had something like 28 million people watching it in 1977. Unbelievable viewing figures. So, incredible things happened here. Bearing in mind the intention from the BBC was that Television Centre was to be the Taj Mahal of television, if you like. It was to be for the world's television market what Hollywood was to the world's film market. And the way we say it is that basically for 53 years, anybody who was anybody, be they royalty, be they world leaders, prime ministers, the best known actors and artists, the biggest stars in the world came through the doors of Television Centre. The scenery block was the first part of Television Centre to open. It actually opened its not insignificant doors in 1953, and for so many years after that, because of the amount of stuff that happened here, the amount of things that were built and made and created and painted here, which would have been seen on the televisions of millions and millions of people across the country and across the world. So there's a fantastic history. The history bleeds into the walls of this building, so it's great that we have the listeners here to celebrate that. So I consider myself extremely fortunate to have been in a place like this for as long as I have. And it's strange because it almost identifies you. You get introduced to people as, oh, he's the one from the BBC, or you're still at the BBC, and it almost becomes the most important thing about you. But I feel incredibly privileged to have been a part of this place, particularly Television Centre. This building was full of characters, and as I say, tough London boys working here. In the BBC club, the bar, when the scene boys went in, they had their own areas, they took the place over because they wanted to get their couple of pints down their neck before they got back down to start de-rigging or striking the studio. It was known back in the day for security officers to be put on the doors if there was management interviews being carried out. We are aware of interviews which didn't go so well and the odd chair was thrown out of a window. So it was a fairly lively place. So Television Centre officially closed on the 31st of March 2013. And I do remember it being a very strange atmosphere around it at the time, and of course there was a certain amount of sadness. I was here, I actually worked that Sunday the 31st of March, and it was strange to see people, older members of staff, people who one hadn't seen for many, many years perhaps, just in the place taking pictures and walking around. And it was a very strange atmosphere, I must say, because people felt they became a part of this place and it became a part of them. It was a very unique place to work. So there was an understandable sadness at that time. So the site will be returning as a mixed use site. So there will be residential here, there will be a Soho House hotel, there'll be a number of retail outlets and cafes and bars, and the scenery block will obviously be redeveloped as part of this new residential. Now, the difference though will be that the site will be opening up. It intends to connect with the local community. It moves away from the old sort of Television Centre perimeter, security, gates, guards, barriers, cameras, go away, to come in, enjoy this experience, be a part of this. It will connect with the neighbourhood and the local residents who are all going to be part of this great new project. And this is one of the great things I think about the future, that great well-known view of the place will be brought back to its original glory. But a fascinating place to be. I will have seen things and met people here and done things which I could never have hoped to achieve anywhere else.